Welcome to Nature Walk, the podcast where we explore the wonders of the natural world and the human relationship with the environment. I'm your host, David, and I'm excited to share another thought-provoking episode with you today. As we take our first steps on this journey, let's consider a startling fact. Just 3% of the world's land remains ecologically intact, with healthy populations of all its original animals and undisturbed habitat. This staggering statistic sets the stage for our conversation today as we delve into the complex and often fraught relationship between humans and nature. Photographer Zed Nelson has spent years documenting the impact of human activity on the environment, and his work offers a poignant commentary on the state of our planet. From the snow-capped mountains of the Italian Dolomites to the lion farms of South Africa, Nelson's lens captures the ways in which we're reshaping the natural world, often with devastating consequences. We're living in the age of extinction, with species disappearing at an unprecedented rate and ecosystems crumbling under the weight of human exploitation. And yet, despite the mounting evidence of our planet's distress, we seem to be refusing to change our minds. As writer Bill McKibben so eloquently put it, the remade Earth would set record after record, hottest, coldest, driest, before people would be forced to seek new ways of describing and understanding events. As we navigate this treacherous landscape, we find ourselves surrounded by simulated recreations of nature, theme parks, zoos, and luxury safaris that offer a sanitized experience of the wild. But in doing so, are we creating unwitting monuments to the very things we've lost? Are we acknowledging the depth of our disconnection from the natural world, or merely perpetuating the illusion that we can control and manipulate the environment to suit our desires? These are just some of the questions we'll be exploring on today's episode of Nature Walk. We'll be examining the ways in which our actions are impacting the planet, and what it will take to shift our priorities and empathies towards a more sustainable future. We'll be right back with more fascinating stories from the natural world on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. I'm your host, David, and we're glad you're joining us again as we explore the fascinating world of wildlife and conservation. In our last segment, we delved into the incredible migratory patterns of monarch butterflies. Now, let's venture into the lush rainforests of Indonesia, where a remarkable study has been unfolding, offering insights into one of our closest relatives in the animal kingdom, the orangutan. Deep within the Sumatran jungle, at the Suak Baliming Research Station, scientists have been conducting a long-term observation of wild orangutans. This unique project has provided unprecedented data on the behavior of these great apes, particularly focusing on their sleep patterns. The study reveals that orangutans, much like humans, require a good night's sleep to maintain their cognitive functions and overall well-being. However, what's intriguing is how they achieve this in a challenging environment filled with socio-ecological factors that could easily disrupt their rest. Researchers have found that orangutans employ a strategy of napping throughout the day to counterbalance any interference with their nighttime sleep. This adaptability ensures they maintain something known as sleep homeostasis, which is essential for physiological repair and memory consolidation. The ability to study this behavior in wild orangutans not only sheds light on their lifestyle, but also has broader implications for understanding sleep patterns across species, including our own. The significance of this research extends beyond the realm of animal behavior. It touches on fundamental questions about why animals sleep and how sleep deprivation can impact health and cognitive performance. In humans, for instance, sleep plays a critical role in immune function, with sleep deprivation linked to an increased risk of immune-related diseases. Similarly, napping has been shown to improve cognitive functioning, suggesting that the way orangutans manage their sleep could offer valuable lessons for human health. The study of wild animals like orangutans is not just about understanding them, it's also about reflecting on our own place within the natural world. As we learn more about these intelligent and social creatures, we're reminded of the importance of conservation efforts to protect their habitats and ensure the continuation of such vital research projects. Unfortunately, many long-term observational studies like the one at Suak Baliming, face uncertainty due to funding cuts, highlighting the challenges in sustaining our pursuit of knowledge about the natural world. The loss of such data sets would not only hinder our understanding of animal behavior, but also deprive us of a deeper connection with nature and insights into our own humanity. As we conclude this segment of Nature Walk, remember that the stories of animals like the orangutans are intertwined with our own story as humans. By exploring and protecting their world, we're ultimately enriching our understanding of ourselves and our planet. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. I hope you've enjoyed our journey through the great outdoors so far today. As we wrap up this episode, I want to share with you a fascinating story that highlights the importance of understanding and respecting the complex relationships between humans and the natural world. You may have heard about the growing problem of wildfires in North America, but what you might not know is that indigenous communities have been managing forests with fire for centuries. In fact, research has shown that many ecosystems in Western North America are actually dependent on regular fires to maintain their health and biodiversity. Dr. Kira Hoffman, a forest ecologist, has been studying the history of forest management in British Columbia, Canada. Her work reveals that indigenous peoples like the Tsilhqot'in Nation have been using controlled burns to manage the landscape for thousands of years. This traditional practice not only helped to reduce the risk of catastrophic wildfires, but also promoted the growth of certain plant species and maintained the overall health of the forest ecosystem. Unfortunately, when European settlers arrived, they brought with them a very different approach to land management. They suppressed natural fires, which led to a buildup of fuels in the forests, and ultimately contributed to the massive, uncontrolled wildfires we see today. But there's hope. Dr. Hoffman's research suggests that by embracing traditional indigenous practices like controlled burning, we can start to restore our forests to their former glory. It won't be easy, and it will require a significant shift in how we think about land management. But the payoff could be enormous: healthier forests, reduced risk of wildfires, and a more resilient ecosystem. As Dr. Hoffman notes, we can't do it everywhere all at once, but we can try it, and we can be really strategic. By working together with indigenous communities and using a combination of traditional knowledge and modern science, we can create a better future for our forests and the people who depend on them. So what can you do to help? Start by learning more about the history of forest management in your area and the importance of controlled burns. Support organizations that are working to restore indigenous practices and promote sustainable land use. And next time you're out on a hike, take a moment to appreciate the complex relationships between humans and the natural world. And remember that sometimes the best way to protect nature is to let it burn. That's all for today's Nature Walk. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and until next time, keep exploring your natural world.